funny stop. I was like catching up with him. We'll get a Poundcake sports break tomorrow as well. On Thursday, Sam Morrell will be in here. He's doing the weekend at Hilarities. So, good rest of the week. My wife reminded me in the break, hey, Harrison Ford played an Amish guy. Very believable. In Witness, you didn't believe he was Amish? He put a hat on and suspenders. Come on. No?
He was just...
He was Han Solo in suspenders?
Han Solo in suspenders.
All right. Like DiCaprio is that guy for me. I like Leonardo DiCaprio and that he has never once done anything to change his look. You never see him getting jacked for a movie. You never see him. They're just like, if you want Leonardo DiCaprio in your movie, this is who you get.
Sometimes the length of his hair is different.
Yes, this is the guy.
The one that I think was an underrated performance by him where he did make the biggest change to who he is on screen was Blood Diamond. People were hard on him for the accent that he did. I thought it was pretty good.
I never saw it.
It was good.
Yeah, he sounded like Elon Musk, didn't he?
But isn't that what you're supposed to sound like?
South Africa.
South Africa, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I never saw it.
That was good. I thought it was it's a tough movie to watch. It's not fun subject matter.
Because all the diamonds are bleeding?
Mm-hmm. You don't want them to bleed.
John Hamm was in Top Gun. Yeah, John Hamm was like the hard ass. Ed Harris is in it for 2 minutes.
What'd you think of Val Kilmer? How they did that?
It was okay. I mean, they AI'd his voice, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, again, I think it checked all the boxes. I think the kids were good, the supporting cast or whatever were okay. I would have liked to have seen John Hamm talk about his product. He doesn't talk about that very often anymore, but he used to.
It's a product that speaks for itself, and I'm proud to endorse it. John Hamm's John Hamm. The ham you can eat in the bathroom. Let's face it, we live in a fast-paced world. But if you're as busy as I am, every day you have to make a decision. Am I going to eat lunch, or am I going to go to the bathroom? Well, now you never have to make that choice again. Each John Hamm's John Hamm dispenser is located opposite the toilet paper dispenser. You never get confused.
It's a roll of sliced ham. John Hamm's John Hamm.
Hamm's John Hamm has only the finest boar's head oven roasted ham. That's good ham.
That's good John Hamm.
That boar's head stuff is no joke, though. That's good ham.
Boar's head?
Yeah.
I hear the commercials.
It's good stuff.
I don't. I'm not brand loyal when it comes to. I don't think
I
don't think I get sliced ham.
I'm saying I enjoy a nice ham, and boar's head. All their cold cuts are very good.
Oh, okay. Are you doing a commercial for them?
No,
okay.
I mean, this is just my testimony as a ham eater.
As a ham eater, yeah.
As a cold cut eater.
Gotcha.
Really.
You're not a Dietz and Watson person.
No.
I'm not a cold cuts person, so I don't know. Django Unchained was good DiCaprio. Yeah, but they gave him like dirty teeth and all he had to do was this.
Hey, but he
he was good in it.
He was good. Like his performance in it, if you know about that scene where he smashes the glass and he cuts his hand and he's bleeding.
Yeah.
That was on purpose, but he kept going, and they left it in. So I think that's an impressive performance.
Yeah. Impressive.
Mm-hmm. But it's also like Pacino was never disappearing into roles, especially in his later years, where he's just the guy that would talk a little bit like this. And then he yell.
Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!
You bring him in close, then you yell. That was all he was doing for 20 years.
Great ass!
Yeah, well, again,
now, the attempts to lose
Great
yourself
ass!
in a new role can sometimes backfire because you look at a guy like Keanu Reeves. Whenever he tries to do anything but just be, Keanu Reeves, it doesn't all, like...
John Wick.
John Wick works, but he's also just an action movie. But in, what's the devil one that he's in with Pacino?
Oh, The Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate, yeah. He's trying to do that Southern accent, and it just isn't working for him.
Or the British accent in Dracula. You're like, oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh, hello, sir.
Yeah.
No. And I like Keanu. He's
I do
Batman
too.
in the League of Super Pets or whatever that's coming out.
Yeah.
The cartoon. Hello.
I forgot about Dracula.
Yeah.
That was a rough one.
Oh, no.
But that's what got him a reputation as a guy that was a bad actor because of those two roles in particular. So then they're like, just keep him doing, action-y stuff.
Right. Let me give you some money here. It's $1,000. It's a chance for you to go fuel yourself because everything is expensive. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fuel yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword BILLS at WMMS.com. That's BILLS. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
You can go on YouTube and there's a video called Best Acting Ever, Keanu Reeves in Dracula.
I would watch that.
Count Dracula is buying up property around London.
Of course, sir. I'll attend to the Count. Thank you for your confidence.
This is a great opportunity for you, Harker. But you'll have to leave Transylvania immediately. Opportunities such as this come but once in a lifetime.
Yes, of course, sir. If I may inquire, what in fact happened to Mr. Renfield in Transylvania?
Nothing.
I always think about it must be anxiety-inducing to work alongside a British actor. When you're doing this, hello. The older actor is an old British character actor, and you're Keanu, because in the early 90s, you were very, very bankable. And so Francis Ford Coppola is going to do a movie full of stars, so they get Gary Oldman, who is British, and they get Winona, and they get Keanu, and they get all these other people. A lot of British people in that movie. But Keanu is a big, big name. So they're like, we could get a British actor to do this. We're not going to do it. We're going to get Keanu.
Well, I mean, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves,
no.
They shot part of the movie with Kevin Costner doing a British accent, and they go, we got to stop this.
Yep.
just be Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
And so everybody else in the movie's British, and he's Kevin Costner.
Right. Because he couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it.
And I would argue, and listen, every person's different, but I would argue that a British accent might be one of the easier ones to nail. Because there are so many different dialects and accents to choose from. Find one you can do, and do that one.
And you don't have to do it that, like Christian Slater's in that movie, and he's doing a little bit of a British accent. He's not doing it super strong, but he's got a little thing going on. All you have to do is sell it a little bit, because a lot of times when they're making a British movie that's for probably like a worldwide audience or like American audiences, they have them tone down their British accent and make it sound less British. So you just need to get to that level.
Well, and unless you have to do a big long monologue, by the way, in the movie, if you're doing a couple lines here and there, you should be able to nail those. Mm-hmm. Nevertheless, if you check your scorecard, you'll notice that none of us are wildly successful actors.
Yet. All I would do is just go back to when I was a kid and rewatch a bunch of Monty Python, and I can't help but do a British accent after watching that show and movies.
Because
when I was a little kid, I'd watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail on like a loop, and me and my friend would speak with a British accent all the time, to the point where our parents are like, you gotta stop using that accent. Stop saying bloody hell.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I'm being repressed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So, again, they're movies. And the accent thing, it bothers some people. I don't care. I know I'm at a movie, so I'm not... With the whole the House of Gucci, people were crapping on them for bad acting and that. Well, I was just like, I didn't know the story, so I was having a good time learning about this stupid, crazy family.
But I also understand wanting bankable stars in your movies.
Exactly.
That's the movie business.
Yeah.
So when people are like, why aren't they getting paralyzed actors to play? Because nobody knows. Like, I get what you're saying, but nobody knows who these people are.
These are supposed to be acting
tens of millions of dollars are spent on these, so they're going to put Bryan Cranston in a wheelchair. Yes. Why don't they have deaf actor? I guess that Coda movie, that's why. Because once in a while, a movie will do that.
They had Nia DeMarco.
Huh?
Niall DeMarco, he was on America's Next
Right.
Top Model.
I'm just saying he's not like a globally known name, right? So you're going to get, in the early 90s, they're like, Keanu Reeves is a huge star. So we're going to put him in this movie and make him do this act. Yes, we could get a British actor. I don't know who the British actors his age were at that time, but probably weren't as bankable. So it's like, I get where people are coming from, like communities that want to be represented on film. I fully understand that. But movie studios are, boy, more than ever, they can't afford to be losing money. They're not looking to kick out. They got some new guy running, I think Discovery and Warner's or something merged, so Discovery and HBO Max or something like that. Whoever heads up Discovery now, this guy...
because they just merged with, AT&T sold HBO to Discovery. Yeah.
So they're all merging, and so the age of, like, even Netflix, they're, like, laying people off left and right because they're like, yeah, we can't spend $300 million on a movie now that nobody sees. So all of these streamers, Discovery has been in the news because the guy who's running it now is looking at everything. He's like, no, we're not going to make some dumb Star Wars robot show that nobody's going to watch. You know, we're not picking. We got to be smart about this.
Right.
We don't have bottomless pockets anymore.
Especially
that we have to.
When you can make documentaries, crime documentaries, that cost nothing because it's just like still photos getting voiceovers over it, and you can just make so much. You get so many people watching those type of things, or found footage. Or,
my wife was watching this show on Discovery the other night. This documentary called Dr. Delirium about the Army's LSD experiments in like the 50s and 60s and 70s. It's pretty wild. These poor soldiers. I mean, everybody knows about. Tuskegee,
what's the other one though?
There's a bunch of them. There's like Edgewood was this place where they were given, soldiers LSD, and then who knows what happened during Vietnam because they're trying to come up with some chemical warfare to use on the enemy, but then they just have all these American soldiers, and like we do in this country, because we're the greatest country in the world, as soon as they cut these guys loose, they don't take care of them at all. We're done with you. Good luck functioning out there in the my dad was a veteran, and my birth kept him from going to Vietnam, but I was born on an Army base. For a long time, I held the record for the largest baby ever born at Kenner Army Hospital at Fort Lee, Virginia.
Have you looked into that to see if you're still holding that title?
I have not.
I think you should.
But I was 13 pounds when I was born, and so I held that record unofficially or officially. But when we were making the preparations, we were picking up my dad's casket, and we're, just dealing with every minute detail with the funeral home. They were like, do you want a flag over the casket? And we were like, no, like my dad's a veteran, but it was never a huge part of his identity. But some people, it was a huge part of their identity. And these documentaries where they just show these guys, they get brought in being told one thing. They're like, hey, you're going to participate in this program that we're blah, blah, blah. It turns out they're giving them LSD.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are
and
freaking
not
out.
Them what
and
they're
not
giving
telling them.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's one thing to...
And they always have some doctor who's still alive, and he's like, well, we burned the files and told them that... It's wild. Chemical weapons testing on volunteer soldiers.
And they volunteered.
They did volunteer, but what I inferred from this documentary, I was kind of half asleep when Gwen was watching it, but was that they thought they were volunteering for something else.
Oh, they did the old bait and switch.
Right.
This wasn't MK Ultra, though.
This was not MK Ultra. No, all these Joe Rogan type things that people still talk about like they don't think anybody knows about it. Alex Jones. Operation Paperclip. Yes. This stuff's all really well known. These aren't secrets. If it has a Wikipedia page, it's not top secret.
Which one was, I don't know, Paperclip? Is that the Microsoft
the Nazi
guy?
Yeah,
like
right.
The Word document guy? Clippy, or whatever his name is.
Clippy. Operation Paperclip was when we brought Nazi scientists over here, like Werner von Braun and these guys that were, because they were like, they're good with rockets, and we're in a space race, so where we gave succor to all of these Nazi scientists after World War II and engineers and technicians.
Man, that stuff's in Marvel movies. People know about that to that degree.
Right. So when they're like, secret intelligence files. No, what? It's not secret. Maybe it was secret in the 50s, but not now. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But the Discovery documentary is called Dr. Delirium, I think, because it kind of focuses on the doctor who was, not doesn't rise to the level of like a Joseph Mengele or something, but this guy was kind of spearheading. He was the guy in charge of this program that they were doing with LSD in the Army.
I broke a glass door. I'll tell the story when we come back from break. There's the tease.
Am I looking at it?
A glass store?
Door.
A glass door. Oh, I thought you said a glass store. I'm like, what's a...
No,
how did you break a glass store? His mom, Poundcake's mom, by staring at it. All right. Are you saying that's breaking news? Okay, I'm going to take a break here. If you want to text 35192, you can listen anywhere you are on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7
W.